everyone, and welcome to today's Wild Rift video. This is the moment you have all been waiting for. We're going to be taking a look at all the information that you need to know about Wild Rift patch 7.0. For those of you who don't know, the start of the year is always the most exciting time to play Wild Rift, with one of the biggest updates of the year. This time around, we've got a whole new theme to Summoner's Rift. We've got new champions, new items, and more. But instead of just watching a patch preview, we're going to be breaking down everything that we know so far about patch 7.0. First, let's take a look at the brand new Summoner's Rift. After one whole year of Bandle Rift, we're going to be saying goodbye to Bandle City and hello to Ionia Rift. One of Riot's main goals with the Ionia map is to update the vision clarity, making the map look brighter than the Bandle City map. They aim to enhance the visibility of the map in Ionia Rift, and also they're going to be adjusting some terrain barriers and bushes in the jungle, making you feel a little bit more secure and giving more ways to move around in the jungle. The biggest change is around blue buff. There's now no longer going to be a wall between the blue buff and the mid lane. Instead, it's going to be a lot more open, and blue buff is going to be more isolated all by himself. This could give you a bit more options when clearing through your jungle, but also makes the blue side of the jungle look a lot more open now, giving your teammates more ways to escape or try and engage in team fights. This does now give enemies another way into your blue buff, since the blue side becomes a lot more open. That wall makes it so the enemies can now sneak behind the blue buff wall and try and steal it over the wall. So be wary when taking your blue buff and make sure you have vision of the enemy jungle so they can't steal it away. With the introduction of Ionia Rift, we also have a few special features. The first is Spirit Flowers. Once a teammate dies, the Rift will show its respect by putting a flower down. You or your ally can pick it up and carry their energy forward, so even the fallen can help your team from the fountain. Now, it's not been confirmed what stats you're going to be getting from these Spirit Flowers. We only know that you're going to be getting a little bit of gold. I would expect that there's going to be some stats that gets given over to the person that picks up the flower, but I'll keep you all updated when we know more information. Teammates won't be the only ones that will be dropping Spirit Flowers on Ionia Rift. Your jungle camps can also drop Spirit Flowers as well. This happens when you get invaded in your jungle and one of your large monsters gets taken away. If one of your large monsters gets stolen, make sure you do pick up these Spirit Flowers. Again, we're not too sure what the stats are going to be, but you will get a little bit of extra gold to keep up with the tempo. The next special feature is the mid lane wind zone. This will give all mid laners a special movement speed boost, making it easier for them to roam and support allies across the map. These wind zones are located in the little cubby zones between the bush and the river and your raptors, and also on the other side of the map. So you have 4 different wind zones in the mid lane now. So if you want to roam to protect your jungle or roam to invade the enemy jungle, there are multiple ways now which mid laners can use this to roam around the map, giving a huge boost to assassins and mages that have a lot of pick potential. We also have monster respawn timers now, so when a jungle camp is close to respawning again, a little timer will come up on the minimap. This will give junglers an indication as to when to go to what side of the map, and also give them an idea when the jungle camp is spawned again so they can clear it away and keep up with gold and experience compared to the rest of the map. We're also getting an update to support items, mainly the starting items for support items. Riot have mentioned that they want the support items to be more streamlined. It looks like we're saying goodbye to Ancient Coin, and now we only have 2 options for support items to start off the game: Spectral Sickle and Relic Shield. Looks like Riot are making it easier now for you to stack your support items during the early game, allowing you to get to that upgraded support item much quicker. Baron laners will be receiving more experience, and it seems like more gold will be given now to Baron laners as they'll be able to hit their item curves earlier. This one is a little bit scary. I'm not too sure how they're going to balance around this, but making Baron laners stronger is a scary thing to happen. And finally, turret damage is being increased again. They've heard the feedback and they've realized that the turret damage increase that they did a few months ago wasn't enough, so they're doing it again. So now you don't have to be too worried about junglers tower diving you early on and putting you really far behind. Next, let's talk champions. Now, we all know that Nora was supposed to be coming out during patch 7.0, but we did get an update from David a few weeks ago saying that Nora was not going to be in the patch preview. So we don't get any more details on Nora about her abilities and how she's going to work. Hopefully we will see Nora in patch 7.0 at some point, but she is going to be a little bit delayed because there's a few bugs and problems with her at the moment. Now, for a champion that will be coming to the Rift in patch 7.0 is Smolder, a brand new late game scaling AD carry. Smolder has a high risk, high reward playstyle and is very skill reliant. His early game is all about farming and getting stacks from his passive, and when he gets to late game, he'll be able to execute enemies and do a crazy amount of damage. And if he needs a little bit more help, he can also call his mum as well with his ultimate. I'm really excited for Smolder as a new AD carry. It's going to be very similar to champions like Vayne, which has a little bit of weakness during the early game, but the late game scaling, once he gets a few items and a few stacks with his passive, he can become a late game powerhouse. And the second champion coming to the Rift in patch 7.0 is going to be Mel. A lot of people have been asking for Mel for a long time, so I'm not surprised that she is finally coming to Wild Rift. Mel is a long-range mid-lane mage who is all about timing. Her second ability can block enemy spells and push them right back at them. So that big super mega death rocket that's coming at you to kill you, you can use your second ability and push it straight back towards enemy champions. And this ability I'm very worried about in Wild Rift and how they're going to balance it, but it could be absolutely game changing for mid laners. Any ability that comes towards you, any projectile, can be blocked, push back towards enemy champions. Not only that, but she has a lot of crowd control to offer, and she also can deal a ton of long range damage. So be on the lookout for Mel when she comes to the Rift in patch 7.0. Moving on to items, we're going to be saying goodbye to all the Yordle items in patch 7.0. Of course, with the Bandle Rift being removed, that also means we don't get any more Yordle items. But instead, we have 3 new items that will be coming to the Rift. The first 2 items are about giving tanks more ways to build magic resist with 2 new tank magic resist items. First, we get the return of Abyssal Mask, but now it's going to be very similar to PC League of Legends, where you can now curse enemy champions, reducing their magic resist. And also for each enemy champion cursed, you also gain bonus magic resist as well. This is going to be the perfect item for Amumu. Amumu already curses champions with his abilities, and now he'll be able to curse them even more with the addition of Abyssal Mask, being able to reduce enemies' magic resist around him, allowing him to deal more damage, but also makes him a bit tanky as well, giving him a ton of magic resistance. The other tank magic resist item that we're going to be getting is Hollow Radiance from PC League of Legends. This is going to give tanks a great way to clear through minions during the laning phase now, but can also be great for tank junglers, as you can deal more damage to monsters in the jungle. Overall, I think this is going to be a great item that's going to make tanks a lot more viable. The problem right now is that they just lack wave clear, and other champions can just wave clear much quicker and look to roam and make an impact on the map. But now champions like Sion and Ornn have another way of pushing waves, and this can also work for champions like Shen as well, and give him much more presence when split pushing on the Rift. And the third and final item is going to be Ginsu's Rageblade. We finally get Ginsu's Rageblade on Wild Rift. I've been asking for this item for years. This is going to be so incredible for so many on-hit AD carries. Kog'Maw, Kalista, Kai'Sa, Vayne, but also make some junglers scary as well, like Master Yi. You're going to be getting scaling attack speed, more on-hit damage as well, and with items like Runa's Hurricane that's hopefully still going to be in the game, Terminus as well. I am so excited. This was one of my wishes that I did a few days ago in my latest YouTube video. So I'm so excited, and I cannot wait to get my hands on Ginsu's Rageblades. There's also some updates to other game modes as well. AAA ARAM is going to become a permanent mode in patch 7.0. It will be arriving with sleeker visuals, smoother onboarding, rune updates, and a brand new mechanic, flying swords, allowing players to bring their own unique blade to battle, activating extra rune effects and unlocking new combos. Arena will also be coming back and will be supporting up to 16 players. It's going to look very similar to PC League of Legends now. Additionally, there's going to be an update to mechanics, the appearance overall, and a lovable and sightful chaotic festival monster that will also be available as a companion. And as for skins, the Luna skins will be returning with Luna Empress Morgana Exquisite Edition, Luna Guardian sets, Luna Guardian Warwick, and Luna Empress Syndra. On top of that, we'll be getting the return of Dragon Monster skins, Garden Party Trendemir, a new Rammer skin, finally, and Pugmore. I'm so excited about all the details coming out about patch 7.0 and finally being able to share it with you all. I'm excited to finally get onto Ionia Rift for the first time, as well as getting my hands on Smolder and Ginsu's Rage Blade. I cannot tell you how excited I am about this new patch, especially for AD carries. And of course, this is not all the information as well. This is just a little teaser. The patch comes out in 2 weeks time, but we'll be getting patch notes relatively soon as well, which will give us all details, including details to updates to Baron Nashor, Rift Herald, and also dragons. So keep an eye out, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.